BBC has revealed that the late Mohammed Al-Fayed, former owner of Harrods, the UK's largest luxury department store, has been accused of rape by 5 female ex-employees. The Egyptian-born businessman rose from a poor family in Alexandria to buying the world-famous department store in 1985. A BBC documentary has uncovered evidence that under Mohammed Al-Fayed's ownership, Harrods not only failed to intervene, but helped to cover up abuse allegations. This report from Shaima Halil contains descriptions of sexual violence.
Yeah, I went back to Harrods about a year ago, and I knew if I could walk through and come out the other side, I'd be in a good place to be talking to you.
I joined Harrods because I wanted to be a buyer, and I ended up working for an absolute monster.
When Mohammed Al-Fayed took over Harrods, he quickly embraced his high-profile role and the status that came with it. To his customers and the celebrity guests, he was all charm. But to many of his female employees, he was a different man, a predator. We've heard testimony from more than 20 of Al-Fayed's female ex-employees.
He tried to rape me more than once.
And he pushed me in and onto the bed so that I couldn't move.
You know, he was 79, nearly 80, and I was 15.
Mohammed Al-Fayed was rich and powerful. That power allowed him to carry out assault at scale over decades.
So I wasn't at home, I was in France, and he had come upstairs into my room. I was absolutely terrified, got into bed with me, was trying to kiss me and push himself on me. And I don't know how I did it. I just kicked him off. I kicked and screamed. And again, I got him off. I was just terrified.
I think Mohammed Al-Fayed is a rapist. I think he's a serial rapist.
Gemma worked as Al-Fayed's personal assistant for 2 years.
My first trip was actually to Abu Dhabi, and he was trying to get in my room in quite an aggressive manner. It was absolutely terrifying. Just didn't know which way to turn, so I bought a small dictaphone that I had in my pocket, and these are the transcripts from those recordings. One of them was in Paris, in his residence there, Villa Windsor. I said, I just want to go to sleep on my own. Mr. Fayed, I don't want to, Mr. Fayed. And he kept saying, relax, please relax. Like, how can you relax when you're in that situation? He walked out and he was angry.
Not long after this incident, Gemma says Al-Fayed raped her. The BBC has heard testimony from 4 other women who say he raped them at his properties. In 2009, Gemma contacted a lawyer who told Harrods she was leaving her job on the grounds of sexual harassment. She didn't feel able to disclose the more serious allegations at the time. They agreed to pay a settlement if she signed a non-disclosure agreement. There was also one other condition.
The lawyers organised for a shredding truck to come to my lawyer's office. It was shredded in front of us, including tapes I had of him, my phone that had messages and voicemails, really quite nasty voicemails on them. Someone from HR was present for the shredding of all of the evidence I had. I thought I'd lost the transcripts, but actually what I did have was the transcriptions sent to my lawyer in my sent items of my email account at the time.
In a statement, the current owners of Harrods say they were utterly appalled by the allegations and that employees who were his victims had been failed, for which they sincerely apologised. They also said that the Harrods of today is a very different organisation to the one owned and controlled by Al-Fayed between 1985 and 2010. There were several attempts to expose Al-Fayed before his death, but it is only now that many of the survivors feel able to speak publicly about the abuse. For those who have, the silence and the taboo are finally broken. Shaima Halil, BBC News.